laughter is the best medicine. I'm trying to OD on it today. Let's get back at it. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back with you again today for another reaction video. And today we're going to get into somebody that I've not gotten to before here on the channel. And it took me forever just to find out how to pronounce his name. So yes, I'm finally gonna be able to do this right now, make myself look too stupid. We're gonna get into someone named Zoltan Kaszas today. Okay, well, he's, as it turns out, a Hungarian comedian, and haven't heard of him before, but I came across him, just scrolling through some things to get to, and came across the title that we're gonna get to today, and it kind of like reeled me in a little bit, sounded a little intriguing. So yeah, we're gonna get into one from Zoltan Kaszas today, and this one's gonna be titled, Therapy Messed Me Up. Oh boy. Well, I picked this title because therapy is, that's a dark spot in my life for me. Been in a lot of therapy in my life, all before I hit age 18, and I'll probably get to that in a little bit depending on what my guy talks about in this video here. So let's go ahead and see what he's talking about with this one. Let's do it. Zoltan Kaszas with Therapy Messed Me Up. And if you like this reaction, please boom on the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here. All right? You guys know the deal. Thank you so much for continuing to abide by it. Thank you so much. So yeah, man, almost the end of the week. So glad to keep the whole thing going and back at it, you know what I mean? It's just like, I know I keep repeating myself, man, but I just feel so giddy. I feel like a little kid again. I'm just like, yes, I finally, like I'm off restriction or some shit, you know? But yeah, man, getting back to the laughs, man, and I will see what my man Zoltan has to give me today as far as the laughter is concerned. So let's go ahead and do this. Zoltan Kaszas with Therapy Messed Me Up, right here on Eddie B TV, getting back to more laughs today. Let's have some fun. Oh yeah, more fun. More fun. Yes, let's get situated with this one, and here we go.
Trying to be better. I'm 35, and I've realized at 35, it's been me all along. I think that's what you learn at 35, you know? In my 20s, I was having a good time, not paying attention. Then I hit 30, and I'm like, I gotta cut some of these toxic people out of my life. And then I hit 35, and I was like, oh, it was me? It's been me this entire time? Damn it. I thought it was David. I haven't talked to him in like 5 years. I need to apologize.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, you know? So I started going to therapy, you know, working on me. Any therapy people out there? Hey, a couple people. How long you been going? 4 years? All right, I'm still new to it. I'm like a year in. If you've never been to therapy, when you first walk in, they tell you, hey, just so you know, whatever is said in this room stays in this room. And I remember hearing that going, not if I was a therapist. How do you just listen to all that juicy gossip all day and then go home to your family like, I can't. How do you do that? How do you go home and make them watch 90 Day Fiancé knowing that you heard way better stuff at the office for 8 hours? Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
like my
true.
therapist knows I'm a comedian. Like I have videos online. She never goes home, has a couple bottles of wine, and pulls up one of my videos, shows her husband like, hey, you want to know the backstory to this joke? Director's cut? Who wouldn't want a little of that? I think it's good. It's weird. I have a therapist, but I don't have health insurance. So, like, I'm taking care of my brain, but my body, we're rolling the dice on that. My brain, I got a therapist. For my body, I bought an Apple Watch. That's what I got, because there's a heart rate monitor on there. So if I'm ever like, am I doing okay? I'll just look. I'm like, hell yeah, we're still pumping. I'm doing just fine. But every once in a while during therapy, I try to throw in some medical questions, you know? It's $100 a week. I want to get my money's worth. And she's the closest I know to a doctor, you know, so I'll shoehorn in some medical questions. Like one time I was like, yeah, sometimes when I urinate, my testicle hurts. And she's like, well, how do you feel about that? Insecure? I think that's how I'd label that feeling. Pretty insecure, man.
Oh, man.
I asked her all sorts of dumb questions. Get your money's worth, you know? I asked her if I was schizophrenic, and she's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, all right. She's like, why do you think you're schizophrenic? And I'm like, there's a voice in my head. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, who is it? I'm like, it's me. She's like, I think you're good. I'm like, all right. Okay. She's like, what do you guys talk about? I'm like, jokes, mainly. Yeah, you're doing just fine. And it made me wonder. I wonder if there's like a positive schizophrenia. You know, you only hear about the negative schizophrenia. But if there's like a positive schizophrenia, wouldn't that be great? You're just walking down the street, and a voice you don't recognize is just like, you're doing great. And you're like, hell yeah! Not getting pills for that one. That one's a keeper.
That'd be nice.
That one for
That'd
a
be
while.
nice.
You know. Yeah, I started going to therapy when I made the realization that this is what I'm doing right now. This is where I feel safe to share my thoughts and feelings. This is how I prefer it be done. I prefer to be slightly elevated and illuminated and amplified, and I like it to be frowned upon for you to interrupt me. That's where I feel comfortable. And once I made that realization, I'm like, I gotta run this by somebody. 'Cause this can't be healthy. This is like the makings of a narcissist, you know? So I started going to therapy. We talk about everything. We talk about depression. I think there's different levels of depression. I have what I like to call the medium kind. You know, just right here, just the healthy amount, you know? Just enough to keep me humble and likable. You know, like a regular guy. You ever meet someone who could use a little depression? You know what I mean? Those annoyingly, like, optimistic people all the time. Every day's an opportunity. And like, he could use a dash. He could use a pinch of depression. He could use a parking ticket on a rainy day. Yeah, I have the healthy amount of depression, you know? Like, I would never kill myself, but I would like to die naturally soon. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's just called being a human being. You know? Like, I would never do it, but can we pick a day? Tell me where to be. I feel like some of you get it, some of you don't. Like, if I was on a plane and it was going down, I'd scream, but I wouldn't be the loudest. You know what I mean? Like, I'd yell loud enough so no one around me got suspicious that I'm the reason it's going down, but I'm not going to be all dramatic about it. I'll give it a healthy, That's enough of that. It's something hard.
Oh, he's goofy, man.
It's good. Learned so much about myself, you know. Found out I have anxiety. I had no idea. I thought I was just polite. You ever confuse being polite with anxiety? I made that mistake. I found that out in the office. She's like, what goes on in your head in a given situation? I'm like, I'll give you a situation. Like, when I'm on a plane and we're deboarding, I count the rows. And in my head, I'm like, all right, when that lady gets up, I'm going to get up and get that bag. Don't forget to get that bag. And the camera's under there. And at that point, my fiance will go, is everything okay? Are you all right now? I'm like, shut up. Are you ready? You need to be ready. And she's like, what is going on right now? I'm like, it's our turn. Let's go. Because I don't want to take half an extra second getting my bag down because maybe someone behind me will punch me in the back of the head. Because that's how I feel. If I'm getting off a flight and you're in front of me and you're like, is my bag over there or over there? I'm like, I think we get to kill him. And I don't want to be the victim in this made-up scenario.
Yeah. No
and I thought I was
here.
just being polite, but that's not. That's anxiety. You're not a good person at all. Just someone yelled at you when they should have hugged you during your developmental years. 30 years later, that manifested into, I gotta get out of here. I don't know. I'm also hyper-aware. Which I thought that was just a good thing. It's good to be hyper-aware. No, it's not as bad. So I've been trying to be more vocal about it. You know, I've been telling my fiance, filling her in. Here's the situation. Like, we were going on a walk in our neighborhood, and we were going to cross the street. We were crossing the street diagonally. And halfway into the street, I noticed there's a woman walking her dog, and I did the geometry. I'm like, by the time we get to that side, we're just going to be awkwardly next to her. We're just going to be next to her while she's walking her dog. So in the middle of the street, I called an audible. I'm like, we're going that way. And then as we're going that way, I realized we're going to end up in front of a cafe where two dudes are having lunch, and we're just awkwardly going to be in front of their table. What if they look up? We make eye contact. I got to say something. I'm going to have to go, the weather. And she saw my eyes darting around, and she's like, is everything okay? are you all right? And like an idiot, I told her. And she goes, oh my God, you're a lunatic. And I was like, yeah. That's where it's at. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at showing my feelings off stage. Because for some reason, I'm comfortable here. You know where I'm uncomfortable? Everywhere else. You know where I'm the least comfortable? At the grocery store. Like, if someone's walking down my aisle and we do this thing for half a second, I'd rather be lit on fire. I'd rather that.
I've been there.
I'm trying to share my feelings, but it's hard because I was raised to keep your thoughts and feelings in your heart. That's where they belong. Don't let them out. Keep them in your heart. That's where they're meant to be. Because what happens if you have a thought in your heart and you let it out and someone hears it and goes, good Lord, I'm going to have to report that. Legally, I have to report that. What happens if you have a thought? It comes out. Next thing you know, you're storming the Capitol. That was someone's in here idea. He should have kept it in there. But it slipped out. Before he could grab it, there's already a guy dressed like a yak next to him. He's like, oh, I guess we're doing it.
Oh, wow.
That was my favorite guy at the riots. I don't know if you're allowed to have a favorite guy, but if I had to pick, it'd be the guy who's dressed like a water buffalo. Because I just imagine him showing up to the rally that day, looking around and going, I misread that email. I messed that up all the way. Oh, you guys are fun, man. Doesn't it feel like it's almost over? You know? Not my set, like the Earth. Doesn't it feel like we're just about done? Earth feels like a restaurant that's trying to close, and humanity's just that last table in the corner not getting the hint. We're just sitting there sipping our seltzers going, why is everyone vacuuming? It's over. COVID's still around, but we don't care. You know, COVID was like the world's stepdad. You know, I don't know if anyone had a stepdad. I had a couple growing up. Nobody. All right, just judgy stares. I appreciate that. One guy, thank you. COVID was like a stepdad. He just came in and made a bunch of new rules. You know, didn't want to see your face. If he had to, he wanted to be 6 feet away. Now COVID is like that stepdad that's slowly breaking up with your mom, where he still comes around, but you don't have to listen to him anymore.
Oh,
still
wow.
comes around, he's like, huh? And you're like, nah, mom's already on Tinder. You're not in charge here anymore. You guys have been wonderful. I've been Zoltan Kaszas. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That last one was nice. He described that perfectly, man. That was awesome. Well, I mean, like, he made a lot of good points in that one, man. He really made me really think about a lot of different things, man, that I still think about to this day. But hey, man, that's what the unpacking is for, right? All right, y'all. That was Zoltan Kaszas with Therapy Messed Me Up. Well, you know, like I said, I was in a lot of therapy, but it was all before I was 18 years old. And needless to say, all my therapists hated my guts, man. I don't think that I was like ahead of my time so much to the point. I'm not gonna boast myself in any kind of way, but for some reason, I always seem to stump my therapists, and it really made me feel really like overconfident at the time, just in the moment, you know, not like after each session or nothing like that. But I always used to like say things about what I was feeling, and then of course that's what therapists do. They hit you with like, well, what do you think about that? How does that make you feel? And I'm like, you say that shit to me one more time, I'm gonna choke you to death, man. I swear. It's just like, what is it with that? It's like you're just trying to absorb all that you can, so you can just like come up with the answer that seems like the most logical to you. It's just like, nah, man. You know what I mean? I'm saying stuff, and then you say stuff in response to what I'm saying, man. Don't overthink. That's how you know I think you got a shit therapist, you know. But I don't care if anyone is in therapy. Do your thing. If it helps, it helps. It didn't help me because not that I got all the answers or nothing like that, but it's just that I can't take them serious. I just really can't. You know, I've always wanted a therapist sort of like Robin Williams and Good Will Hunting, that kind of therapist, you know, because at least, you know, that dude is like, you know, gonna like challenge you back no matter how much you try to rebel against what he's saying, that kind of thing. But it's just a movie, so we can't get what we wish for all the time. No, we cannot. The thing about what he said in the beginning, though, I was one of the people who realized that, yeah, I really do have a lot of poison people around me, and I needed to get rid of a lot of them, and I did ultimately. I didn't want to, because my mindset is that I don't like getting rid of people. You know what I mean? It's just not really my thing. It still isn't my thing, but when I know I have to, I just do it, and I just deal with the pain as it hits me. Like, I don't have this friend, or I don't have this girlfriend no more, or I don't have this relationship with a family member anymore. Oh God, yeah, those ones too. But yeah, therapy didn't mess me up, man. It really just kind of like put certain things in perspective, and then it just kind of helped me dismiss all the rest, you know? Like, he was talking about depression too. I'm severely depressed. I'm just not diagnosed with it, you know? I'm assuming I very much am, because I don't like anything practically. You know, I really don't like things, man. I don't like a lot of people. I don't like groups, you know? I don't like, you know what I mean, certain things that people wonder, like me, like I don't like cheating in sports. People look at me like, why do you care so much? I'm like, ugh, here we go, man. It's just like, I just said I don't like something, and your response is just to like question that. It's just like, geez, man. It's just like, why do you not care? You know what I mean? That's just kind of the different thing, you know. But I do feel a lot of that, you know. There's a lot of things that have like taken me under over the years, man. A lot of things that could have turned me into an even more worse person that I already am. Like, cause I could have been, and I kind of wanted to be a murderer at one point in my life, man. I just could not stand certain types of people, certain types of institutions, man, certain types of professions. I've already said on earlier videos, man, that I hated school because of all my teachers were just trash. Public school was a joke. Hated church, man, because, you know, I saw things that maybe a kid with my brain probably shouldn't have been seeing. And I mean, like, seeing things like making sense of things, you know, like, this is dumb, this is stupid, like, you guys are worshiping this, what is going on over there? Why is that person standing up like this the whole time? And I'm just like, this is ridiculous, I can't stand this. Authority figures, man, can't stand them, you know, because they're just on their high horse, you know what I mean? It's always just happy to be telling people what to do rather than just getting the right thing done. Can't stand family, you know, because they just judge you constantly. They never just say, hi, how are you doing? You know, can't stand women, can't stand men, can't stand children, can't stand parents. I just can't stand things. And then it's just like, I couldn't stand things so much to the point where I really think that it developed a whole lot of depression. He said he was on his medium level. I really think I'm way over here just in outer space with mine. But I mean, I'm not saying that to get sympathy or nothing like that. I just don't know. I'm not diagnosed, like I said, but I just really think something's up with this brain, man. You know, that's kind of why I wanted to start the channel. You know, I talked about it with my sister, you know, a lot about, man, we should do this. You know, we should really get our feelings and thoughts out. We shouldn't fight with one another during recordings and stuff like that. And we really were like gonna get there, but you know, obviously she's not here to do that with me. But I was in a really deep depression when she died, you know, and then I thought about going to therapy for that, but then I was just like, man, the hell with that shit, man. I already know what the hell they're gonna say. Something just to make me move on quicker, forget about her, sort of. And I was just like, nah, I don't want to forget. I don't want to do all that. But yeah, I was the problem, like I would say on a percentage scale, like maybe 10-15% of the time, you know, like I know there was things, I did a lot of things wrong, but for the most part, it was just like stupid ass people that were weighing me down. But, you know, I really feel like another thing that he said, like being hyper aware, I was just like, I really see things happening before they do. Not like a psychic, but it's just like, I just feel like when I see things moving around me, I just like, ooh, shit, I know what's going to happen right there. Ooh, yep, it just happened. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of have this weird intuition about that. I don't know if it's like something that, you know, I'm a professional at. I don't think I am, but it's just like, I see things happening, I feel them, and they just happen, you know? I don't know if that's a problem too, but, you know, hey, I'm working on that one. But this guy, I like how he delivered his jokes, you know what I mean? You know, he's kind of got this like goofy presence on stage. His voice is kind of like, you know, soothing, and then the opposite all at the same time. You know, he's just kind of like, yeah, you know, and then all of a sudden, baby, and then it's just like, he really knows how to come at you. And that's really cool how he does that. You know, the ending bit that he did when he was talking about stepdads, COVID and stepdads, that was like spot on accurate, you know. I had a stepdad, just one. His name was Greg. Amazing man. My attitude with that is very simple. I'll just make it quick before I wrap this one up. But I think that if you are going to be anyone's step parent, you better make it clear early on. Look, you're not with your baby mama or your baby daddy or nothing like that anymore. So I'm with you now. So I'm going to have a say over these kids. And if I'm not, I'm leaving. Because I don't play that bullshit where the kids just get to look at you like you ain't nothing just because your mom and dad didn't work out. The hell with that. Me and my lady still to this day fight about that sometimes. And I'm just like, okay, fine. If you want to try to overrule me because they are your kids and they are your kids, just know that you're taking something away from our relationship. Just know that. And I'm keeping score. Believe me, I am. But what he was talking about with the whole COVID thing, man, that really is how it went down, to be honest with you, man. It's just like, I didn't really care about COVID so much, even though I do believe it was real and all that stuff. I wore the mask and I got the shot and all that stuff. I didn't get the booster. I just got the first vaccine and that was it. But yeah, man, I just really feel like in this country, man, whether it's something serious or even something in between or not, we don't take a damn thing serious, man. You know, whether the death count was real or related to COVID or not, man, if that's really the case, man, we really dropped the ball on that. And it went on for way too long, man. And it was just like, we all got a good look at one another, who each other really were. A lot of relationships ended. A lot of families got split up. And it's just a whole lot of things went down that shouldn't have went down, you know? And the way he was talking about it being like a stepdad, I just thought was like a really humorous touch to put on it, even though it kind of made light of a pretty dire situation. But you know what, man? This dude's really funny, man. Like, I definitely got to get to another one of him because I just like how he comes at subjects and stuff like that. And I saw a lot of myself in him, but then I saw a lot of myself that was kind of like, oh shit, yeah, I'm exactly the opposite of that one. But yeah, that's all of us, man. We're all gonna find the thing that links with us, and then just try to criticize the thing that doesn't. That's the human condition too, isn't it? But yeah, very funny dude, very funny clip, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, Zoltan Kaszas with Therapy Messed Me Up. And if you like that reaction, please boom on the like button for me. One more time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here. All right? Yeah, gave it a 1-2 punch right there. I was in a mood. So yeah, this is gonna be Eddie B TV wrapping this one up. One more again here. Glad to get to another newbie to the channel, and Zoltan Kaszas. Glad I found out how to pronounce his name, man, because, geez, I already have a bad enough time pronouncing names when I do shout-outs and stuff, but it's just like, nah, I couldn't get this one wrong. So I'm glad I got it right, and I'm glad this dude was hella funny, man. I thought about getting into therapy again. You know, I'm still thinking about it a little bit to this day, but if I was ever going to do it again, it'd just be more for, like, entertainment purposes rather than taking it seriously, which is why I kind of always veer away from it. But yeah, man, if it works for you guys, keep on doing it, and hopefully it does something positive for you. It never did anything positive for me in my youth, man. It just pissed off the therapist, pissed off my grandfather, and just made me smile like, ha ha, got another one to leave. Yeah, so I was pretty much Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting right there. I'm waiting to find my Robin Williams, y'all. So we'll see what happens with that. If it does or if it doesn't, I don't know. But yeah. Talking about therapy, man, it just makes me feel really depressed right now. I think I need a therapist. All right, thank y'all for tuning in one more time to this one, man. I had fun getting to this guy, man. He was really good, and I like his energy up there. Yeah, he knows how to tell some jokes, man. Hopefully, I can get to one of him again really soon. If you got a clip from him that you guys like, if you want me to see, you already know the drill. Drop me something in the comments, and we'll see if I can get to it in good time, and we'll have more fun. So yeah, until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.